who will try to go inside his journey, how from a modest and humble beginning he came to the top. But before asking any question to SK, I'd like to know a little bit about the film Amaran from the filmmaker Rajkumar. If you look at the history of Tamil cinema, very few films are made on Indian Army. Rajkumar, I just like to know from you what inspired you to make this film on Major Mukund. Yes.
I think Indian Army, the world that it is made of, that itself is very interesting. I think you can make a film about a sports person, about an immigrant living in Canada, about an army person, about a widow, about anyone, any character for that matter. I think each person will constitute to his or her own world, and that will definitely be very interesting, is what I believe. And Indian Army, the journey of a soldier, an officer, especially a decorated officer like Major Mukund Varadarajan sir's life has a lot to offer for the film and beyond the film as well, I believe. That's the reason, sir.
I just wanted to know, is there a particular, because I made a film called Nelly's Story. There was a massacre that happened in my place. There was a particular incident that inspired and triggered me to make the film. Similarly, I wanted to know from you, is there a particular incident that triggered you to make a film on Major Mukund?
There are two things, sir. First, I made a film called Rangoon before Amaran.
That is our debut film, yeah.
Yeah. It got shelved twice and then happened with another production house third time. So when I was signed with the production house for the first time, generally there is this culture of giving an individual an individual villa or a flat for a director to work with his assistant directors. The pre-production happens in such an office. So I was given an office in that production house. Strangely, the day we went into the office, that day there was this news on a television news channel which had Major Mukund Varadarajan sir's martyrdom being carried on in the news. And there was one visual which was played repeatedly again and again. That was him singing Achamillai Achamillai to his own daughter. So that recording was played again and this wreath laying ceremony was shown on television. So this was happening. It was April 26, 2014. One day after the day he martyred in Srinagar. The wreath laying ceremony was in Srinagar. So that was being played on TV. So this is one incident which left some deep impact on me, which is that particular moment of the father who's no more, who's singing that Achamillai Achamillai song to a barely 3-year-old daughter, who will actually have no memory of it in the future, but will have this recording, and the father is no more by the time she sees it, and she's a girl child who will be growing up with a single woman, single parent. So that was very haunting, and that is one thing, that is one major point which, because if you had seen Amaran's trailer also, that is the visual we started with. So that is one. And secondly, when I wanted to work on the film script, the conflict ridden Kashmir, that was there. That was the major hook point for me. Beyond all these emotions, that was one major reason for me to be invested in the film so much.
When he decided to make the film, so I want to know how he approached Kamal Hassan to produce the film. Yes, please. How he approached Kamal Hassan to approach Kamal Hassan to produce the film. Yeah.
Okay. Kamal Hassan sir, I've been working with Kamal Hassan sir on a television show for Big Boss, like from 2018, yes. So I had already made a film and I was working with him in Big Boss. So sir is once or twice he has mentioned that if I have any script I can pitch it to him. to Rajkumar films. So I had an idea. It was a small film idea, which is a very sensitive topic. So I pitched that to him and he liked it very much. But then lockdown happened. During the lockdown, I was working on this script. And then the next season of Big Boss came during the lockdown as well. And I went, obviously the film process was not happening because there was no shoot happening, nobody was listening to the scripts, nothing was happening. So that time I had gone to direct Big Boss. So I happened to tell that I'm developing something like this and there's a studio attached to it already called Sony Pictures. And then Sir himself said, why not I come on board? That's how it happened. And then we traveled in it for some 10 months or 11 months together because Sir was also busy with this political thing going on. And after that we found him and he came on board. Then the process started. That is when the film came alive.
I just want to know this, sorry to interrupt you. When you were writing the script and portraying the character of Major Mukund in a script, did you have the idea that for the role of Major Mukund, SK is going to play?
While writing the script, no sir, because while writing the script, I really don't get faces in mind. But once we finished the script, once I completed the script, then there were very few options. And the immediate go-to option was him because I know him personally. And as you said, as you began with the question, I don't know if you mentioned, but I know the reason for that question. There are not many army films made in Tamil, at least before Amaran. Even if there was a film to be made, what they'll do is they'll not showcase the army. They'll make the protagonist travel back to Chennai from the army and there'll be something else that he'll be dealing with. So that's how films were made because it was not very, I don't know if it was not very welcoming or it wasn't a bright idea. Till then I didn't know that. So there were very few options, but I knew that he was, one thing he is very approachable, even for a new filmmaker, even for somebody who has not done films. For a stranger also, I think he'll be the same. He's very approachable. For me, it is quite comfortable because I know him personally through our television days. So that's how I just sent him an SMS. He was shooting in Padani, I guess. He was shooting for Dawn. And he responded. Once he came back from that schedule, he gave me time immediately and I went to narrate. So it was, and he also comes from this background of his father has been a police officer. So, and he's always been very patriotic. You can see his pictures with the national flag on the Independence Day, Republic Day, every year, consistently. So these things made me, I took that as the signals for me to go and approach so that he might get impressed and he'll say okay for the film and film will happen. Yeah.
Thank you. Regarding Shiva Karthikeyan, I'd like to say one thing, that he is one of the prolific artists, a talented actor, lyricist, playback singer, and whatnot. And more recently he established his own production house, Shiva Karthikeyan Production House. And why I like that production house, it's because it shows his personality and thought and his philosophy. It's because he has decided to focus on the independent filmmakers. He has produced 7 and 8 films which are made by independent filmmakers. Usually very few actors who are very rich, who have their own production, they do not inspire the independent filmmakers. I really like to thank you for focusing on independent filmmakers. So I'd like to know your journey. You started your career from Marina, that was in 2012, till Amaran and Madrasi. Your journey, it was not easy. And that is at the same time, it's very inspiring because you first did your bachelor in engineering, then did your MBA, then coming to this point is quite contradictory. I just want to know the journey in a very simple word. Yes. From Marina to Amaran and Matashi.
Yes, sir. I feel no journey is easy. Even from journey from Chennai to Canada was really. So I don't think if it's called as a journey, there should be a big travel where we go through so many incidents or where we cross so many people to learn something, to give away something, to receive something, and learn so much. So every journey is like that. Whoever in any industry, they have to go through this journey if they want to achieve something in their life or if they want to move to the top. For me personally, when I joined engineering, I didn't have any clarity because I joined engineering because all my cousins joined engineering. All did engineering, computer science engineering. So my first cousin, he was the most senior in our family, and he joined in NIT Trichy, and he got placed in campus interview, and he went to Japan, and he bought a car. He built a house. So we thought that's the route for success. So all others we followed it. My next cousin also, he joined computer science. He went to Infosys. He bought car. He bought house. And his brother also joined same way. So I thought, okay, if we join engineering, we'll buy car, we'll get house. I forgot in between there is 4 years we have to study and acquire knowledge, and there'll be. So I forgot that thing. So when I was in first year, when I was in first year of college and second year, then only I realized this engineering is really tough, and it was like I'm like bit scared of maths. For me, engineering, everything was like maths. So then I had an opportunity of getting onto stage and entertaining people. And I got the result what I wanted. In engineering, I didn't get the result which is required. In one engineering mechanics in that subject, I got 0. I never got 0 in my life. I used to study well in colleges, school. 10th was 83%, 12th was 84%, that was fine. But engineering, so culturals, so I thought like thousands of students were there and all were cheering for me and they were clapping for me. That moment, that was the spark. At that time also I didn't plan like I want to get into that, but I thought of like I should concentrate here more because I'm liking this atmosphere more. So from there it started. So one fine day my friend said, there is an ad in television. There was an ad in television, like there is a call for audition for Kalakapodia. That's a stand-up comedy show. Let's try it. So I tried it. They selected me, and they started trying everything in the channel itself. So from channel, I got into cinema. For me, like everyone in Tamil Nadu who have seen me in television, they know my journey. That's why they relate to me, and they always feel like he's our boy. He has to win big. That's why I never say like I worked really hard, but it is not only my achievement. So many people who are watching me in television, they said, இந்த பையன் நல்லா பண்றான், நம்ம பையன் நம்ம கூட ஜாலியா பேசுறான், இந்த பையன் நல்லா வரணும். Many has told me when I was in television itself, நீ பெருசா வரணும், நீ ஏன்பா சினிமாக்கு போக மாட்டே, you go and try in movies. You will win big. So all those blessings, all those cheers, that made me sit here. Okay.
As Indian, we know very well that in Tamil film industry, it's a hardcore competitive world. It's a hardcore. So I just wanted to know, to find a way and establish in that competitive world as a powerful actor, it's quite tough. I just want to know that.
Yes, I had very small goals. I didn't always, from my college days itself, I used to like focus on.
Sorry to disturb you. That part is will be inspiring for those who are present out here, those who want to be an actor in future, because this is how he struggled. He did not want to get directly the lead actor. Yes, he wanted to have a small role. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I never thought of like I should become a big hero. I'll be in in films, like I'll be fighting out 10, 20 people. I never thought that way. My comedy and my spontaneity was working out, and it worked out, and I thought like I could pull off comedy quite easily and let me concentrate on that, and I was trying for that. Then suddenly I got 3 films back to back, and I have one always. There were bigger steps and next level which happened in television, and that all happened along with Rajkumar. We both grew together, and when I did Vijay Awards, that was my turning point in television. He directed that show. So through that Vijay Awards, I got 2, 3 film opportunities. So Pandaraj sir, my first film Marina came because of that, and 3 with Dhanush sir, that came because of Vijay Awards. And then Manampati Paravai, another film. So I just wanted to try all these films, and among these 3, whichever role clicks, I'll travel in that side. That was my initial idea. Then when the movie got clicked, then I really after 2, 3 films after Varthapadada Volleyball Sangam, I thought, okay, now I have to take it very seriously, and people have accepted me as a lead actor, so I have to focus more on this. But still, I wanted to entertain more. So even my comedy quotients were high.
At the very beginning, you started with more comic role.
Most of the films were like comedy films or entertaining films. Then I slowly changed the route to explore myself. I didn't want to get comfortable with that. Like, I didn't want to become very lazy. Okay, this is working out, movies are running well, I'm getting paid. I didn't want to get stuck there. So I wanted to explore myself. Whether do I have that potential to try out everything? So slowly I tried everything. Doctor happened. That was with Nelson, our another friend. So doctor worked, and when Amaran came, I felt like this is the script I should try. This I can pull it off. I had that confidence. Without having confidence, we cannot say okay to any film, because then it will be a burden for the director and for the producer. So I thought when I listened to the script, I felt like I can pull this off. Somewhere I can see myself, because as he said, my dad was a police officer, and especially Amaran's last 15 minutes exactly happened in my father's life too. So that was inside me. That the entire night I didn't sleep after listening to the story, and I thought, okay, I should do this film, and this will bring out something from me. So this will make me a better actor, and this will show me my other side of my potential to the audience. I believed in it, and that's why I did Amaran. So this is I try my films. I want to explore, I want to experiment, I want to explore, and in that I'm adding commercial elements to reach all age groups. This is my idea, actually.
Yeah. Even when I was watching the film back home, I was also crying. If you watch the film Amaran, then you'll feel one thing. In many different scenes of the film, SK looks different. When he stays with his wife, he looks very simple, ordinary, loving, caring husband. When he is with the soldiers, he looks rough and tough. Bodily, mentally, completely different. I wanted to know, I was asking Rajkumar whether there was have you used VFX for his structure? No, I want to know. I want him, both the director and the actor, to share those particular background. Yes.
First,
First, you that I was talking about how you just portray that character in different scenes, because he looked different in every scene. When he was shown as Major Mukund in among the soldiers, he looks quite different. When he is in the fighting ground,
I got your question, sir. So I was just asking you if it is the same conversation that we had over there.
I want to share it among all the audience. Yeah.
No. Firstly, for that VFX question, no, it is not VFX. And we had shot in different schedules. Like we started with so if you had watched the film, it starts with a commoner. It starts as a common college-going boy. Then he becomes a lieutenant, OT cadet, lieutenant. then captain and major. So we started the portions of major first. So that had to be that beefed up look. So for that he had to put on a lot of weight and build muscles, because only then, army battle, they are very battle, the term itself is battle hardened, right?
Sorry to disturb you, because I want to touch SK. He still has that rough and tough bicep.
No, sir, Amaran is over. Sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
Now it is Parashakti time.
Yeah.
So that battle hardened nature can come for a person who's going to act into the character only through these kind of training. And also this training, I believe it will help that mental calmness also. So that happened, and he worked out like tirelessly, at least for a year, I believe, because he was shooting for another film. He had to maintain the physique for that film as well to match that continuity. That was Maviran. It was a very lean, fit kind of a body for Maviran. Same time, he had to work for Amaran. So it took almost 1 year. 1 year, and we had a special trainer, physical trainer. He had, if you had seen the other speech which he gave over that podium after receiving the award, if you had noticed, he has spoken a lot about Idli, Pongal, festivals, what he likes to eat in the morning. He gave up all of that. He had to follow a strict diet. I mean, that requires a lot of strength, and to change your routine, it becomes a ritual every day. And you can't eat according to your taste buds. You'll have to eat according to what your body needs for the character. And this is not one consistent process also, it differs. Now, after finishing the portion of this major thing, we had already shot in Kashmir for a very extensive schedule. Then we had to take a break, and then we had to start with the major portions, a family drama. Then we had to start with the captain's thing. Then we had to start OTA, the academy, and then had to finally shoot college portions. So it was like the whole film's character playing in reverse in terms of shoot. And the body had to shrink in the middle for this academy portion. So that would have obviously required a lot of hard work. That which we have no clue about.
It is not the linear structure of your film. It's a non-linear structure. I have noticed. Yes. SK, just say.
Yeah, when I was doing Dawn, he narrated the script, and immediately after Dawn, I started Maviran, and I was around 71 kgs, I think, when I was doing Maviran. So he said, like, we'll start the major portions first in Kashmir. So you have to build your physique. So, and we started, starting with strength training, we started. Muscle building came later. First, we did the strength training to do the stunts and everything, because I have to maintain the body for the Maviran. And then I started from 71, I went to 80, and then we started that. And from 80, we reduced down to 78, 75, again back to 71 for this role. And I'm a guy, I don't go to gym quite often before. Like, if it requires only, I do. Otherwise, I'll just say hi, or hi, gym is good, nice, should be clean, neat, yeah, fine. And even when I go in car, if I see any gym on the road, I'll turn this side. Is there any motive? And I eat really well. I love biryani. And I should have a chocolate in the evening. And probably twice or thrice a week, ice cream should be there. And I love sweets. I'm sweet tooth actually. So
I feed you everything.
now everything is gone, ma'am. Now I feel like I eat ice creams.
I'll help you. Don't
Thank you. So first I have to forget everything. When you said, like, I have to give up everything. But once I heard the script, one person, he gave away his life for all of us. It's not a big deal to give away these ice creams or chocolates or biryani to do this role. So then we changed the lifestyle itself. Like, from lifestyles, now my food pattern itself changed. So this is the process, and not only it helped not only for Amaran, it's helping for me also for my like lifestyle has changed. I'm getting better. I feel refreshed. I'm feeling more strengthened now. If you see Madrasi and the stunts in Madrasi, people are appreciating it. How did you do that? So it all started off with Amaran. So yeah, so Amaran's training still helps and it's going to help my entire career, I believe. Thank you. I have to thank him for that. And VFX part, he never relies on VFX because he shot most of the film in real locations. Real, wherever major work, there he took the film. So he wants everything to be real, then only audience also will feel it's not a film, it's a real story you are watching. So he wanted everything to be real.
Because the film starts with the scene of OTA, Officers Training Academy, the scene, and he looks very tough. Later on, when I was watching very closely, then I have seen him that he looks very simple. How he just managed.
Yes, sir. Morning 4 o'clock I have to wake up, and from 4:30 to 5:30 I have to work out. Then I go to shoot. I finish the shoot, come back. 7:30 again I have to work out. 7:30 to 8:30 or 9. Then have dinner and sleep at 10:30. So this was my routine, and I literally it was like military training for me.
I have some questions from the audience. I have already collected.
Oh, okay.
I have to read out one or two questions. One audience has put the question. Amaran movie is a real story with a tragic ending. How did you handle the emotional aspect of it?
Yeah. Throughout the film, one dialogue was always in my mind where the hero says, when I was in 7th standard or something, he get inspired from OTA training and he wanted to become an army officer. So, as a whole, like if you feel like he dreamt of that when he was in 7th standard and he became an army officer. So he was, so that clarity he had that. So whenever I perform a scene, whenever I perform an emotion, I was like, I always have that in my mind. I should be like clearly communicate this to the audience, and more than that, I always wanted to be like, the entire story is true. Like two people, they lived this life and they've gone through this, and still one person is going through this emotion. So it's true. So it's not about performing. I wanted to be true to what he has written, because what he has written is completely truth. So that truth we try to bring out on screen. That's the only thing was in mind.
Thank you. Another question I'd like to put is a very simple question, maybe a very young student has written. She has written in 3 words, mantra for success.
Everyone's success differs from others. Their journey, their travel, their pain, and what they have achieved differs from each one. So the mantra for your success, you have to write on your own. That's the only way.
The third and the last question from the audience. You have been martyred in the movie. How did your family react? Your family means your own family, not in the film.
Okay. My wife has not seen the climax yet. So she didn't see the climax. She said like, I don't have any strength to see the climax, and my mom and everyone was like they became very emotional, and my mom hugged me tight after watching the film and she didn't utter a word. So I understood the feeling, because as I said, we have gone through the same episode in our house. So we all got reminded of that. So when I watch the film, I get reminded of my dad. Same way for my mom and my sister. And my daughter, she cried a lot. And she told me like, Appa, don't act like this. Then I told Papa, we have to understand, there are so many people who are selfless without caring about their family. They are giving lives for us to be happy. this is a great opportunity for your dad to portray that on screen and to convey that to everyone who watches the film. So you take that as a perspective, and we have to be grateful for all the selfless people in our country or in the world, and we are happy, so we have to make others happy. You just take that from the film. That's what I told you.
I'm a fan of you since before you became a star. So I'm a true fan from, you know which song? Kalakapopiyaru and also Boys West Girls. When you were a contestant, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I have an S tattooed. My husband thinks it's his name. He doesn't know, but I have an S tattooed.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank Madan Selvaraju for assigning me as a mentor of this film festival and giving me the opportunity to speak before the audience, the learned and erudite audience. At the same time, before two legendary filmmaker, artists from India, Adil Hussain sir, Rima Das, and my friend Rajkumar, and SK, the emerging voice of the global scenario. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.